Welcome everyone. This is a tarot reading for the sign of Capricorn. Thank you guys so much for being here, by the way. If you guys do resonate with these videos, don't forget to like the video. That helps me out a lot. But I have already shuffled the cards and everything is ready to go. So where I would like to get started is this little pile right here. Now, each one of these little piles talks about a different area of your life. And this one talks about the recent past. So that is what I'm going to look at. And we are going to kind of make our way from the recent past to the present and then the future in that order. So I am looking at the Seven of Swords showing up in your recent past, and I have here the Torch. So Seven of Swords is about lies, and the Torch is about revealing things being revealed, being brought to light. So somebody's caught in a lie. Somebody's being shown to be a liar, or just deceit is being kind of just it's being obvious, it's obvious to people, or a situation that's deceitful is obvious to the onlookers, something to that effect. Let me pull some cards to see if this is you guys, to see if this is someone around you, or to see, more details on this lie or this deceit, and maybe why it's been revealed, what's going on with it. Tell me about that was fast. Okay, so I have here the Rope. And that's coupled with the Oracle card of, these are both Oracle cards, with the Coal. The Oracle card of Coal here. Okay, so this is a promise unfulfilled. This is a promise made and not kept. And that's the lie. Okay? We lied about a promise. We didn't keep it. That's it. On the bottom is Neptune. So maybe we've been tiptoeing around this fact. Maybe we've been obscuring the fact that we haven't kept our promise, or the promise was not kept on some level, okay? Let's see what else. Underneath that, underneath Neptune, we have the Rabbit, and then we have Aquarius. So yeah, this may not even be one thing. This may be a variety of injustices. That's how I want to put it, okay? A variety of injustices with regards to a promise that wasn't kept. All right, so let's move on to the present. Like I was saying, that was the recent past. Obviously, the situation is most likely still affecting you, or there's some element around it that's still with you in the present, right? Either you're still thinking about it, or people are still talking about it, because stuff doesn't show up in the recent past in this spread unless it pertains to the present as well. As I was shuffling, Capricorn, your card with the book came out, so it could be that this situation either has to do with work or it affects your work on some level. Could be, but I wasn't really asking any particular questions, so I'm not really digging too deep into that. Let's take a look at the present here, and I want to start with the position of the heart. So this little pile tells me how you guys are feeling right now, or specifically maybe how you've been affected emotionally by this situation. Of course, if you're the person caught in the lie, if you're the person who's been lying, I'll also know, because that's going to show up here. I hope you guys haven't been lying. So I have here the Page of Swords with the Oracle card of the Road. Okay, so I don't think you are particularly shocked by this lie, because the Page of Swords with the Road is like you were expecting this news. You're expecting it. So maybe this has been obvious, or maybe it's obvious to some people. But still, it's being brought to a different level of vision. How do I put this? Like it's in the forefront now. Maybe it was in the back burner, or at least some people knew. But now I think it's more well known. Tell me more. I'm gonna pull more clarifier cards here. So this just really feels like you knew about this. If you told the lie, then maybe you knew, but also maybe you're just a bystander and you kind of had a feeling about it. Tell me, okay, it's just obvious. It was obvious to you. Maybe it wasn't obvious to everyone at first, but it was obvious to you. Now, it could be that you're the person who was lying and you kind of just expected that people, or maybe it was just a white lie and you expected that people would, kind of realize it was obvious and sort of gloss over it. That could be the reverse end of it too. All right, let me see what else is on top here, because I'm still curious about how you guys are feeling. Okay, so we have Skull and Crossbones, we have the Moon, and then again, Coal is showing up. Yeah, it's like this situation it was inevitable. It was inevitable that it would happen, that either these lies or this deceit would come to light. It had to change. The situation had to change, and therefore this isn't entirely unexpected news. All right, so let's move on to the next position here. This is still in the present. I'm going to look at this, the position of the head here. This tells me how you guys are perceiving the situation on a conscious level, what your thoughts are, that sort of stuff. So I have the Hierophant, and then I have the planet Jupiter as my oracle card. So this is thinking about really how to be the most fair, but not, I don't even want to say fair. Like, you're just looking at this from a very traditional perspective. You're thinking about this as we need to follow the law of the land. We need to follow the law of the land on with regards to the situation. Let me pull more cards on this, see if I can get more information. Any more information on this Hierophant with Jupiter? So I think that I'm kind of guessing that you're either an observer or you're not the person who is being shown to be deceitful or the liar here, because you really think that the law of the land should be applied. I have Leo and then Taurus. So it could be that this is a dramatic situation, Leo. There's a bit of drama, a bit of a show to it. But Taurus also tells me that it's not all happening all at once. It's sort of an ongoing thing. Taurus is so slutty. It's over time. Did I say slutty? Steady. Anyway, Freudian slip, I guess. What else? What else about this? Okay, yeah. So we have to go slow and steady. We have to go slow and steady. And we have to apply the law of the land. We have to do things correctly by the book. And I think it's just because maybe people are witnessing this. So we have to do things correctly so that people see us do things correctly, right? On the bottom, we have the Knight, which tells me that maybe there's just a lot going on right now. It's like, there's a lot of activity. I think here with the Knight, this is what this is telling me. And with the Heart, there's a lot of emotions. And underneath that, the Sword, there's a lot of information, right? Underneath that, it just keeps going, because underneath that, we have the left turn arrow, which tells me this, to some people, this was unexpected. I don't think it was unexpected to you. Or maybe just how it panned out was unexpected. Okay, so let's move on to the next position before we unveil what the future holds for you here. That this little pile represents the future. But this pile represents your actions with regards to situations in the present moment, okay? Or what kind of situations are right in your face. So I have the King of Cups with the 0. So your actions are a bit of brooding and a bit of, I just want to say, sulking here with the King of Cups. You're just not terribly happy about the situation, but you don't have control over it. And I think that's where the 0 comes in. It's like, but what can I do, right? But what can I do? And that's the energy of the 0 that I'm getting. But with the King of Cups is like, yeah, I don't feel good about it. You're kind of dwelling. There's a dwelling energy, but there's nothing you can do. That's what you're doing, is dwelling. Not a lot of really doing, but it's a lot of emotions, it seems like. Tell me about this King of Cups. I don't need a lot of cards, so let's do one card really quick. And then let's see what's coming towards you guys, or what will come of the situation in the future, because these two cards will tell me that also. Tell me about the King of Cups, please. For my Capricorns, tell me about the King of Cups for my Capricorns. Tell me about King of Cups with the 0. Okay. Your card, Capricorn. So this is sort of a long-term. This is either something you can't change right away, there's nothing you can do in the moment, or it's just such a long-term situation that there's nothing you can do right now, right? Capricorn. Long-term. That's what you guys are all about, long-term, the long haul. All right, so let's move on to the future, see what's going to come up. I have, whoa, we got a shipwreck. We got a shipwreck over here. The ship with the 5 of Swords. I call that a shipwreck. I'm gonna need more cards to see why we have wrecked the ship. Why? Why? Tell me what the Five of Swords with the ship, please. Tell me what the Five of Swords with the ship. Tell me what the Five of Swords with the ship. Tell me the Five of Swords with the ship. Sun reversed. Okay, so this is somebody being scolded, somebody being told that they were wrong, right? It could be the lying person, but it also could be somebody who imposes maybe a too heavy hand with regards to how to deal with that, I suppose. I'm not sure which. I'll need more cards, but I'm going to see that in a sec. So we got the Sun reversed with all this shipwreck. Let's look 3 more cards deep and see if I can get more information with those here. So I have the planet Mars, I have the Wizard's Tower, and then I have Libra. This is what is the right thing to do. What is the right thing to do? Figuring that out, but it comes after the shipwreck, right? This is what we're talking about. So somebody essentially has something to say that's valid, and it's going to make someone else reconsider their position and say, wow, maybe I wasn't really, maybe I needed to be more human about this. Maybe I needed to be more personal about this. Maybe I needed to be less distant with the ship. Less distant. And part of that distance is what Five of Swords is being is incorrectness, okay? So it's like because one or multiple people were at a distance, probably lack of communication, though that's not showing up, but that is part of the reason why someone's wrong, and someone is bringing that to light by showing it. Really, it's more of a show. I'm not getting communication cards, it's more of a show coming up, okay? Could be drama. Let's see what else is underneath the heart. So the heart is on the bottom, which just, again, tells me that there's, like, emotions involved, all right? But it doesn't really tell me. Oh, and okay, so there's the information. There's the swords. There's the air energy. So eventually, yes, it's like we are talking. It's a show, but it's a display. Someone is making a display of what is justice. Someone's just trying to like show their version of the story, essentially. Probably the person who everyone thinks is lying. Okay, so let's move on. And if that's you, if everybody thinks you're lying, then you're about to speak your version of the story and say all y'alls are wrong because you need to step into my shoes, right? All right, so let's pull advice for you guys. So I'm going to pick up all these cards and see, amidst all this, just really clear cut, what should you guys be doing? What should my Capricorns be focused on? What should my Capricorns be aware of? What should my Capricorns be engaging in, or what strategies, right? I have the Lovers immediately. This is peace, not war, right? Wage peace, not war. Weird way that fell out. Okay, so next card is the Queen of Swords. I'm getting a peace vibe with the Lovers here. But with the Queen of Swords, it's not... Part of it is things need to be said. Things need to be clear, and someone's going to have to clarify the situation before there can be peace, is the way I see it. But let me see if I can get more clarification on this Lovers. Can I get the clarification on this Lovers card? Because the Queen is just talking about that same person who is coming forward to state their case, so that you can say, oh, you got to see things from my point of view. That's the Queen of Swords. I don't need clarification on that. The Lovers is what I really want to know about. So that's Aries. I did not expect Aries here. That's odd. Okay, I understand now. So you have to take into account the person, the individual. This person, so each individual might have individual needs, right? You can't just treat everybody as average. Maybe some people, everybody's got a strength and weakness, and maybe some people require certain attentions to certain things. So this is literally knowing this person's personality, knowing specifically how to deal with this person's personality, and knowing what is fair for this person specifically. And it may not be what's fair for everyone because this person is special. I don't want to say they're special in some way, but they're an individual. And so they do have a perspective that's valid. So once that perspective is acknowledged, there can be peace. Lovers. All right, guys. Capricorns, thank you guys so much for being here. Again, I really appreciate y'all. I will see y'all in a couple of weeks. Take care.